Hello. Welcome to another installment of the Captain's Corner podcast. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Moose Harris. Joining me as regular guests nowadays, just about co-hosts, we got Luke Driscoll, Blair Curtin, and Kane Chapman Kenny. How are we, boys?
Yeah, not too bad, Matty. Oh, sorry, I cut you off there, Luke.
Great
No,
start.
you right.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. It's a hell of an end to the season. I think we can all agree, and now we're building on to the next one, and hopefully, well, the two of us have been in the lab a fair bit, and hopefully it delivers a premiership to Bondi Junction.
That's it. Yeah, shut up, Kane.
I was waiting for Luke to speak.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fuck Manly.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. I'm good. I can't wait to get this episode going and have fun with your second row and dominant fucking team, Luke, you piece of shit.
I will, don't you, buddy way.
I think I can speak for us all in saying that, like, how great is it that we only have 2 weeks until the next season?
Very good.
Yeah, that's actually really exciting. I'm glad it's not 6 months.
Hey.
Oh,
I think
Definitely exciting.
I think they've gone for like a faster turnaround just because of like player retention. Because if you go any more than like let's say a month or two, people lose interest and they forget about it.
yeah.
Not me, of
I
course,
mean-
but you know.
Look, it's definitely a problem. But at the same time, there is probably, a degree of burnout risk on the table. So, it is great that we do get this quick turnaround, but don't forget, Sonny and Will in particular, take care of yourselves. But I think this really comes back to, something that was discussed a bit a couple of seasons back about a bit of decentralisation in the SRL. And that decentralisation does really seem to have borne a bit of fruit in the form of, getting the boys in a position where they can get some footy back on our screens a bit quicker.
That's it. I think it probably helps that there's multiple people that can record properly, do the the commentary. So it's probably less of a burnout because it's not all on the shoulders of one man, which in previous seasons there was only ever like the one commissioner and a small team. Now we got a pretty big team, I'm pretty sure, along with having 2 commissioners. So the burnout risk is probably slightly less due to the fact that they can offload some of the responsibilities to each other. So
Yeah,
keep it going.
absolutely. I mean, pre-season 5, Logan and Lachlan, were basically the only 2 people who ever recorded SRL games. And then season 6, I'm pretty sure it was basically only Will who recorded. But now there's Will, Riley, Jilly. I think Sonny might have even recorded one as well. So, yeah, definitely good to see.
That's it. I think it's probably a perfect time to actually just say, like, what a season, bloody well done to Will. Not
The rest of the admin crew and everything like that.
Not only for the Storm and what he did with his club, but like just the SRL as a whole. I sent this as a message in the SRL, but I'll say it again. Bloody hell of a job. It was a great season.
Apart
Absolutely.
from the Storm winning.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we can't
like,
have it all.
Yeah, no, can't have our cake and eat it
Yeah.
too. You know.
No, that's what I was just thinking, yeah. No, it was. It was actually a really good season.
Hells yeah. But should we move into the final games of the season? Got the combine game, the Commissioners All Stars, and the grand final itself.
Yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, starting with the combine game, which is just rookies and up and coming players. Mike's team demolished Luke's team 48-12. Lee Simon having a game of all time. I think his first game at fullback he scored a hattie.
Yeah, turned this one off about 3/4 of the way through. Went and got another beer.
I mean that happens.
It
Yep.
It
Yeah.
stopped becoming a contest a little while, like a fair way in. It was just like, oh, what's going on here? I watched it all because it's my job to. Um, but yeah, bloody. All in all, it was entertaining. Like the tries scored weren't just run of the mill tries. Like there were some good tries scored, so it was fun to watch. Good on all the boys, younger boys, at least having a platform to showcase their skills on for potential clubs. And I'm pretty sure Lee's performance in that game actually got him a contract with the Cowboys. So well done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
scoring
I
the
mean,
Hattie too.
That's it.
career
That's
probably was on the line a bit, wasn't it?
just a bit. You know, I'm pretty sure he would have played for the Eels if not. That's too soon, man. Too soon. But yeah, good stuff from them.
Nothing but love and respect to Shorty, but that man has been bloody unlucky with picking a 13 lately.
I have to agree. Speaking of 13s, Commissioners 13, the All Stars, Will versus Sonny. Sonny's team, going over 20 points to 18. You know, that was a side that had three of us here. Buddy Driscoll.
Notice
myself,
how
and
one of
Tom.
them isn't here this week.
And of course, Liam's not here after he got beat by us.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
See, there was a lot of errors in the game, but it was entertaining. There was some crazy shenanigans that went on in the game. But you know, history was made. It was a game where Luke Driscoll scored and his team won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't happen often.
Clearly, it's the first time.
Is it actually?
Yep.
I scored one earlier in the season, didn't I? Yeah, no, I did.
You scored tries, but you never won in the games that you scored.
Yeah, because I just thought it was a jinx. That if I scored, that means we're going to lose.
Well, that's it.
Shame though, like I scored, and then literally the exact same try gets scored by the K's All Stars within 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, one thing I found pretty interesting is the fact that one of the closest matchups and one of the most entertaining matchups was two centers going at it, Liam Ryan and KCK. Like, they were both showing good signs, but they were countering each other out, like cancelling each other out as well. And then KCK on MBT. Poor MBT couldn't catch a break. KCK was all over him. So yeah, good defense there, which is what you want from your centers. And you know, I could see a future with KCK playing centre in rep footy. He's already doing it for Australia.
That's going to be interesting. The Australia game next week.
Oh yeah, that's something we got to talk about as well. Yeah. But anyway, should we move on to the big one?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Storm v Knights, 36-24 to the Storm. Early on, it didn't look like that was going to be the case. Knights came out of the blocks, absolutely caught the Storm with their pants down. But Storm do what they do best, and they just grind their way back into the game, and eventually just took over, and that's what happened in the second half. I think that was the most complete performance for a half of footy I've seen from a squad. You went into that half down on the scoreboard, having not even been in the lead for the game, and to go and play like that's what it's all about. And I'm sure Will and Riley and all the boys there would be proud of that. Obviously, Will Kay and Blake Harris both getting the Mickey Mouse Award. Well done to them. But yeah, just they were the right winners. They deserved it all season. They were the best team all season, and they won the premiership deservingly.
I mean, on the one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, you can't possibly tell me that you would not have loved to have seen a boil over.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. Absolutely wanted the Knights to win. Anybody else to win, except for like maybe the Grubs. Definitely the Grubs. I don't want them to win. But you know, it's like I'm not entirely angry that they won because they were the deserving winners.
They definitely
one of the Knights
deserved the win, but yeah, I mean, the Knights didn't do themselves any favours in that second half.
They did not.
And it's really unfortunate. because they were in a position where they really could have, had the probably the biggest blowover since Manly got up in season 2.
Thank you.
And
You're the one that's given us the leeway to talk about that game. Now let's spend the next 30 minutes talking about it like every podcast.
But yeah, the Knights just couldn't hang on and just couldn't get across the line in the second half.
You know where I think it started to go wrong
Right,
for them?
that was the biggest downfall for him.
I think it went wrong for them once their interchange forwards came on. Soon as those subbies came on, and no disrespect to them, they still played good, but they just didn't have that same effect that the starting boys had. And Storm saw the opportunity, took it, and then never let go.
No, because they got, 2 more tries after the 20th minute?
Yes, but they were kind of against the runner play in that sense. Like, Storm had the momentum during those tries. Like, in the middle, they were getting beaten in the middle once the starting boys came off. They still managed to claw in a couple of tries, but I think they came off Storm errors. So they weren't exactly getting the meters on their own, if you know what I mean.
They definitely weren't looking as good with their 16 and 17 on the field.
I mean, that comes with what? Was it Stramon O'Donnelly, or however you say his name?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Stramond and Ollie. Chief Grief.
Either way, like, it's his second game of SRL. His second game's in the grand final. There's only so much you can do, especially against Storm.
That is true, to be fair. Okay, they've taken it.
Well, anyways, congratulations to the Storm. Fuck yous, you're not getting a bloody two-peat. You're not going back-to-back. If I have anything to say about it, I'm finally going to get one over you, bastards. And yeah, should we talk about the the hot goss, as the kids say? Signings opened on Monday, and
Who the hell calls it hot goss?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
When you're like what the kids say, I'm like, the only young people I know, they say spill the tea.
I was literally thinking spill the tea. I'm like, I don't want to say that. So let's say something entirely worse.
Alright.
But yeah, so the talk of the town has been signings, and most teams have like already finalized their 17. There weren't many backflips. I think majority of the backflips in the SRL were with the Broncos. Like there was 3 players alone with just the Roosters and Broncos, and I know there was a few more as well. So that was interesting.
One.
You had one. Oh yeah, you had one backflip to the Knights, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big oofed. But that's fair enough. They're diehard Knight support. As soon as they offered a contract, it was over for you.
It was all good because Broncos backflipped on somebody, so we were able to retain the player.
Same. Screw it. I'm just saying it. So we had Pato signed on a silver platter. Pato then backflipped on us to go to the Broncos. When Pato did that, we spoke to Jensen and got Jensen to backflip on the Broncos to come back to us to replace what we missed out on Pato. Then the Broncos backflipped on the deal on Pato, so Pato was left without a club, so he's gone back to Manly.
So are you re-signing him, Kane, or?
We already did.
He already has.
Okay.
That's done.
I saw him in free agency earlier today, that's all.
Yeah, that was done
I got it
today.
removed
Yeah.
just after. Because I had
Fair.
somebody basically agreed to come to us, and then they were a Knights fan, and Knights said, I messaged Ponks, and I was like, are you going to be signing them? Just so I know if I have to look for someone else, and he said, yeah, we're going to sign them, so... When I heard about the Pato situation, I was like, you want to come back to Manly? And, yeah.
Because let's be real, Pato's actually been pretty good for Manly.
Yeah, I was happy to keep him.
That's why I wanted to get him. One, he was a Roosters supporter and a Roosters dev at the start of the season. Which made it so much weirder that he backflipped on us to go to the Broncos.
And he's got mates at Roosters.
That too. But you know that's not my problem anymore. You've burnt that bridge. You won't get a Roosters contract as long as I'm the captain. Don't backflip on me, bro. Um.
Oh, same.
Anyways, we'll go team by team. Talk about their signings, their losses. I've given my opinion on
Rating at the end.
a rating. I've given my thoughts on a potential 1 to 17. We can dissect that if you will. Anyways, we'll start with the Panthers. Their gains, they got Jackson Allison, Cyrus Marks, Matt Downey, Errol Ray Romano, Daniel Keat, Ginger Pom, and Siona Mataus. Losing in the process, Lightning McQueen, Kurt Stafford, Shaq the Unknown, Jimmy Ralph. They had a lot of turnover.
Well,
I can't even read my own fucking writing. Turner Jr., fuck me.
JTJ.
Mario
Um,
McEnroy and Sonny Sharp. It's a lot of turnover.
You'd expect a lot of turnover in a team that's just coming off a spoon, though.
Yeah, but you'd expect them to sign better than they did. They got their platinum. But everything else, like Marks is okay, Downey's okay, but like
I mean, Mataus is definitely a bit of a gun.
I like Mataus.
he was playing good at 13, but does he play 13 at Penrith? I don't think he does.
Well, when he was at Penrith this first time, when I was there, he was killing it at hooker.
Well, funny you say
Oh
that
no,
because
no, he was in the half. Sorry, he was at 5'8", and he kept setting me up.
I was going to say I actually have Sione at hooker. I think that might be
No,
a good spot for him. 'Cause he
Mataus was
does-
at 6, and he set up a lot of my tries while he was there.
Hmm.
Which is why when I went to Manly, I tried, and when I became captain, I wanted to sign him, but he was committed to another club.
The thing is Mataus is a half primary, but I don't think his best position is in the halves.
I reckon it could potentially be hooker with that fender bender archetype.
Hooker or lock?
I don't think Locke's the place. I think Locke goes to Jackson Allison.
Is Jackson a lock primary or a prop primary?
Second row primary.
Second row primary.
I'm pretty sure it's second row primary. Either
I mean,
or,
running him at second row is always a decent option.
he's won a premiership at second row.
You know, Warriors got a lot of really good work out of Mataus. You know, playing him 40 minutes at number 13. And I think that's just really nothing to sneeze at in terms of getting some really good work out of him. He was an absolute gun in Aotearoa Origin as well.
You know what could be
Playing
an option?
in that 13
You
position.
start him at 13, swap him into 9, do that Wallace role.
No, yeah.
That would mean Jackson Allison isn't at 9. You maybe have a Bailey Wilson at 9 for the first half.
Well, they've got Lind.
Well, I think Lynn's going to be their 6.
Big boot archetype. That does make a lot of sense.
You know, that I might as well just say what I think the team list will be, or is a potential team list. I've got Mansell.
Well, you've got it written down.
Yeah.
You've written all the team list.
I
down.
got Mansell at fullback, Marks and Lomu on the wings, Metcalf and Mendonca in the centres, Lind and Kowal in the halves, Prakash Downey as their props, Mataus at 9, Chad Johnson and Callum Irwin in the back row with Allison at 13, their bench being Bailey Wilson, Daniel Keat, Ginger Pom, and Errol Ray Romano.
Do you run Cyrus on the wing when you've... Surely you'd have Mendonca over Cyrus on the wing.
Cyrus was outstanding on the wing for the Broncos. You can't really take him out of that position. That's probably why they signed him.
Okay. I just always thought of him as a centre in his time at the Broncos.
If anything, you could swap Lomu and Mendonca. But I would keep Marks on the wing.
Fair.
Especially that.
And he
left
played
wing
really well in that his brief stint in that commissioners game too.
Oh yeah,
Cyrus did.
he played centre though for that.
I know it was nuts, but he had 2 really good bloody runs in it.
Which, to be fair, is 2 more than centres usually get.
That's it. Anyway, so for the rating, I've gone with a B. They've still upgraded. They lost their biggest loss being Jimmy Ralph. I think it's hard to argue against that. But they've got a replacement in Sione, or whichever one of the 3 they want to do. And they've signed a platinum, which is the big thing, because they didn't have a platinum this season because he went inactive. And Jackson Allison is, former Australian captain, bloody amazing player all around. He'll bring a lot to the club.
True, and it seems they finally dodged a bit of the curse of being overloaded with spine players.
Yeah, we'll get to overloaded spine players in teams soon, eh?
We will, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll move on to the next team we're going to cover. This one's a bit of an easier one. It's the Knights. They only had 2 players out, and they were only out due to salary cap. They lost Sabbath to Ua and Nathan Fisher, and they've gained June and Anderson.
Fisher's a big out.
Both of them are big outs.
Yeah.
They've lost a silver and a gold for 2 rookies, pretty much.
Oh.
Salary cap squeeze, isn't it?
Legit.
Salary cap working as intended?
Yeah, because we looked at it and it's like if Fisher's still there, they have too many golds, and if Tu'ua's still there, they have too many silvers. They're right on the mark right now.
Tua was a big pickup for the Sharks.
Which we'll cover next. Spoiler alert: Sharks are next.
Oh, okay.
We'll more talk about the players coming in and what they can do for the team.
All right, fair.
I think Joey probably just goes into the centres and they move Nofalangawi out to the wing.
That makes a lot of sense. Nofalangawi's played well.
That's it. And then Nathan Anderson, I just have coming off the bench for them. He's a rookie player, so you wouldn't have him starting yet. Everything else in their 17 is pretty much what they have this season. I don't think I really need to cover their lineup when most of the lineup hasn't changed at all.
Fair.
Yeah.
In terms of their rating, I've gone with a D. There's only 2 swaps, but they're direct downgrades. So
that's harsh.
I like the players, but in terms of the players they lost compared to the players they gained, it's not a contest.
So who's this?
This is they lost Sabbath to Ua and Nathan Fisher, gained Joey June and Nathan Anderson.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. It's harsh but fair, I reckon. I reckon Joey June and Nathan Anderson have really good futures, but they're not there yet.
Yep.
I just think it's harsh in the context of who else could they realistically have signed in their place. Either way, Newcastle had to ditch a gold and had to ditch a silver.
Yes. So it's not about what they were forced into, it's just about who they lost and who they gained.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can drop a silver for a bronze, or you can drop a gold for a bronze, and it's almost an upgrade, just depending on player performance. But in this case, Tu'ua and Fisher were some of their best players.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything you want to say, Kane? You've been pretty quiet. Guess not.
Thanks for sharing, Kane.
Thanks for sharing with the group, dickhead.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Kane. Yeah. Great for you to join us.
I was talking, but the headset wasn't working.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I don't know how long you haven't heard me for.
Several minutes.
No, but I literally had just said, I was like, Well, it could have been classified as a bit more of an upgrade if, say, they got somebody who was also in form, but then Matt filled that in. So I was like, well, for example, if they signed Kobe Kelly, it would look better for them because Kobe has been a very
Yeah,
strong winger
yeah.
this season.
Although Kobe's a bronze winger, he's still playing as one of the best wingers in the comp.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
You
explain.
know,
But
we'll cover that
yeah.
when we get to it. Shall we move on to the next
Something,
team?
something imported cultural issues. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
move on.
Anyways, so we'll talk about the Sharks now. Their games, Jack Anderson from the Mines, congratulations, getting a call up. Justin Barisic, Sabbath Ta'ua, as we just spoke about, and Chris
Waka Waka AA, as I call him.
Wakabayashi. That's a fucking mouthful.
Wakabayashi.
Their losses,
Wakabayashi.
their losses: Lachlan Sinclair, Mason Remy, Logan Seymour, Rex Slattery. Those are some big losses.
Mason Remy's a big loss.
Yeah. Even Seymour. Seymour being the only bronze there, 'cause the rest of them are all silvers. I'm pretty sure. Seymour, he was like that young centre.
He was doing really good.
Yeah, I noticed this season a lot of these young centres had really good seasons. Like you had Jimmy, Seymour, Pato,
Taylor, when Taylor was around.
even Dolan to an extent. What's his name? Justice Daly from the is it Justice or Jerome?
Jerome, isn't it?
I think it's Jerome.
Yeah,
You'd know
Jerome.
Luke, is it Jerome, the one that plays for the Titans?
Yep, Jerome's the one that plays for the Titans.
Yeah, so Jerome Daly, he was a rookie center, having a great bloody season as well. Jackson Chapman, so many.
Dane Blaine wasn't he a centre?
Yeah,
I thought he was alright.
literally every team had one of
Joey
those.
June.
Joey June, but then Joey June played second row for most of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so, like good on him. Like Santa's actually doing stuff now.
Good.
But yeah, in terms of their lineup, like it's kind of direct replacements, sort of.
One thing I would say as well is that, I mean, Sharks were the first team to be officially knocked out of finals contention. I'm pretty sure.
Not Panthers.
No,
Most definitely Panthers were knocked out first.
yeah,
were
Most
they?
definitely.
yeah, Panthers were
Yeah.
gone. Like Panthers are on 6 or 8 or whatever it was. While bloody
I would have taken
Sharks
like
weren't on much better.
No, they were alright.
Sharks.
Even in that,
Sharks got knocked
They
out.
just-
They were the first out of the competing bunch. Penrith were out like well before we knew they weren't gonna stand a chance. But when
We knew.
But when we got into those like final 2-3 rounds where everyone was still technically a chance, Sharks were probably the first out of that bunch.
Okay. Alright. I mean, and let's face it, the Sharks didn't perform as well as they probably should have given their on-paper team list.
That's it. So the thing I've noticed, right, is they've lost 3 prop primaries, but signed second rower primaries. I think Sharks are up there with a lot of second rowers like you. I think they're on 5 or 6 as well.
Well, second rowers can't play starting prop
Yep.
unless they buy.
They only have 2 prop primaries, which is why I have these 2 as their props, like starting props. Did you want me to go through the 1 to 17? What I think
Yep.
what I think it'll be. I've got Hone King at 1, Nehana and Crimp on the wings, Josh King and Thomas Usher in the centres, Delaney Tyre in the halves, Malchus and Farah as the starting front row with Drew Matthews at hooker, Kasaka and Ta'ua in the back row, and Barisic at 13. On the bench, you got Jack Anderson, Lecky Tua, Bobby Werman, and Quiz. I said it before. I'm not saying it again.
Wabakiyashi.
I'm going to call him Wasabi. That's his name. It's Wasabi. But yeah,
Are we doing a racism today?
it wasn't racist until you pointed it out. You mother. I was just going because it sounded similar and started with a W.
Wait, so with what you said earlier, with the starting lineups, does a primary prop have to start in prop?
I think so. I'm pretty sure
Well, that changes my list.
No, you can start a lock at prop, but a second rower. So a second rower by default has lock secondary and centre.
if they have prop as one of their positions, they can be started there.
Okay, good.
That's what
That's
I was
what I
trying
was
to get
just.
at.
That's what I was making sure because I was like, crap. I don't have my primary lock. My lock that's my prop that's going to start doesn't have a primary prop.
I know it's been discussed about making props more viable as an option by making it that only prop primaries can start there. I know it was being discussed. I don't know if it was made official.
I'll have to.
What's the point of having a fucking prop secondary as a lock then? Because you can put any fucking forward primary on as 14 and 15 anyway.
I think it's maybe just so you can start a lock primary at prop if you want to.
Well, yeah, that's my point. But no, making it so only prop primaries can start prop is, I just don't think a good thing for the league.
I think it's only there to try and make props a choice. Because personally, I think prop primaries still play the best at prop. You have your outliers like your Lachlan Martins, but generally the prop primaries are the ones that do the best. Like you got the Bennetts, your Goodwins, the Mees, the DePace, Lillard,
Hayden Davis.
There's so many prop primaries. Luke Short, Anthony McDonald, can't forget those two. Pache. I only said that with angst for off screen stuff. God damn it, Kane.
Okay.
If Kane was here, he would be laughing.
I'm listening.
Anyways, but yeah, so we're kind of getting off topic anyway. I think.
Yeah, I do that.
I still think the Sharks lineup can be good, but it's like one of those we got to wait and see if it cooks or not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lot of second rowers too. I think Werman to Anderson to Ua Kasakau and what is it, Josh King. I think that's 6 second row primaries.
Looking maybe Sonny's just decided to turn around and say, well, speed is the OP stat in
He wants to be fast
Rugby
as fuck,
League
boy.
Live 4. Yeah, pretty much. Bring some extra speed into the pack. It's not that much extra speed over a prop primary, but maybe he feels it'll make a difference. Get some extra explosiveness in attack.
In terms of a rating, I couldn't exactly call it a positive signing. But it's hard to really call it even either. So I've gone with like a C minus. It's close, but I don't think they've signed directly to what they've needed. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's 6 second row primaries. So yeah, C minus. Like it's negative, but only just.
Fair assumption.
Yep. And in terms of their biggest gain and biggest loss, Tu'ua's easily their biggest gain, and then Sinclair biggest loss for sure.
Yeah, fair.
And now we'll talk about a side who I'm just going to come out and say it. They really lost out. The Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
They gained Slugger, Mobbs, Willis, and Jackson. And they lost bloody Lillard, Goats, Butler, and Boyd. I personally think Lillard and Butler were some of their best players, other than Wallace, of course. Um, Goats was close to bloody winger of the year. Boyd, nice up and coming player, bloody they were doing pretty well. And they've gained Slugger, who is still a rookie and is still trying to find their own. Willis, who I think's only played 2 games, and Jackson, which Joseph Jackson, he's up and coming as well. I see a bright future for him, but at this moment, it's still a downgrade from Butler. I can still see him doing all right, but it's going to be tougher for him next season than it was for this one. So that's where you guys talk.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's going to be a lot harder for them. They're going to have to try to figure out some game plans to play to their strengths and figure out what's going to work for them, because they have lost a lot of good players for next season.
It's going to be what's the word I'm looking for? A shaky one, I reckon. Maybe. I reckon they'll still make the 8, but I don't think top 4.
They've still got plenty of great players around that can challenge other teams to make the 8. But it's definitely going to be a lot more difficult than it was last season.
Agreed. You got anything to say, Luke, Blair?
No, not really. It's definitely a hard act to follow for the new Bulldogs recruits, but I don't know. Moana's pretty cluey when it comes to the recruitment. I wouldn't waste. I should say I probably wouldn't write him off.
Speaking of writing him off, though, I've put a D+ for the rating.
Oh, okay.
Could have gone lower, to be honest.
Wow.
I think I was going to go a D, but I went D+ just because Mobs is a good pickup. So they at least got one decent one. But yeah, should we move on?
Yep.
The Broncos.
Next.
No, we can't. This one's a fucking mouthful because there's like 11
That's why I
changes.
said next.
Their gains, McDonald, Short, Bakers, Evans, Sonny Sharp, Caleb Jeff, Mario McEnroy, Corey Boyd, Zachary Brown, Samuel Lillard, Eddie Oliver. Losses, Allison, Eddie Devon, Ilias, I don't know how to say his first name, Crutcher, Barisic, Stoder, Marks, Joey Kelly, Lawrence, and Daly.
Talk about a clean out.
Kiriakos.
Oh, and Manu. They gained Manu. I didn't see his name down there. Big turnover. A lot of power players coming in. A lot of young boys coming in. It doesn't look great for him. I really don't think it looks great for him. Honestly, I do like the halves pairing. Bakers and Edwards, I reckon, are going to go good. They've got a solid forward pack. But I think they lack a little bit in those outside backs. And
Yeah, they are missing a bit.
I think it rides on Riker having a season.
Yeah, well, some could say that's like the Bulldogs last season. They kind of fell off once Maxwell wasn't performing as good as he was.
It's not a bad effort for a rebuild, though.
I was surprised with the amount of turnover they had.
Well, you got a brand new player coming in as captain from a club that just lost their club status in the SRL. They were going to go make a rebuild. They're trying to rebuild the Eels.
What was the lineup you ended up going with for him?
I did Manu at the back, Plays and Boyd on the wing with Sharp and Arkey in the centres, Bakers, Edwards in the halves, Lillard, McDonald starting props with Eddie Oliver at hooker, Simon Hunt, Sonny Sharp in the back row, Luke Short at lock. On the bench we got Jeff, McEnroy, Evans and Brown.
I will say, I like that forward pack.
The forward pack looks nice now.
The forward pack looks very juicy. But yeah, they're definitely lacking in that the back department. The halves look like they're going off who they are. They look like they'll be all right. But
So
yeah,
the side looks a lot better than it looked a few weeks ago when we seen it.
yeah, but
Like,
yes,
I mean,
not not too
it was a
bad,
plus
especially in
side.
the
The
forward
French
department.
team fell through and a lot of them backflipped.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you? Two?
Um. I mean, you know, you've got this Eels team that has effectively been relegated due to not performing, and I mean they've pulled half the Eels to a new club, and it's not auspicious for success, is it?
I will say that most of the players have brought over from the Eels have been good and have been the shining lights for the Eels. John Baker's, in my opinion, should have got Rookie of the Season and 5'8" of the season. He's got brought over. Obviously, McDonald and Short themselves have been great. Riker, when he did play for the Eels, was great. He was rocks and diamonds with us. His diamonds was amazing, but his rocks were. Um, and then what are the other Eels? Couple off the bench. Evans and Brown. I haven't seen much of them to really know how they're like, but I'm sure they see something in him. But yeah.
You're very quiet, Luke.
Yeah, I just don't have anything really to add to it. I think he's got it covered.
He's drinking beer for sure.
What was the rating you went with, Matthew?
I went with a C plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so many changes. The forward pack's definitely upgraded, and the forward pack is really what they missed out on last season.
I could have said I could have pushed them to a B or a B minus with the forward pack they've gotten in.
That is a pretty solid forward pack.
Okay, maybe a B minus then. We'll move it up.
That forward pack is very bloody juicy, and the halves pairing could be really good. So yeah, for me it would be in the B's, B minus, B. Yeah.
All right, we'll go with a B minus then, but hopefully the backline plays good. Hopefully they just decide like, hey, let's outshine these forwards and be good.
Yeah.
I want them to do good, just don't want particular players in their team to go good. But you know, that's behind us.
Move on.
Anyways, we are moving on
It's not
to the
behind if
Cowboys.
you bring it up.
To the Cowboys. This team also has a lot of turnover. Thanks, Dolphins. So they've gained Eddie Devon, Jacob Morrison, Justin Monkey, or Mankey, I think it is. Lachlan Sinclair, Jordan Ford making his SRL return. Tom Jameson, Kobe Kelly, Mark Iron, Jaden Saltner, and Jordan Marshall.
I've got a question for you, seeing as that you just said Dolphins. How are you judging their turnover when they're in your team?
You'll see.
All right.
They didn't judge turnover, I just judged signings. And like, it does their 17 look good, basically. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, the losses for the Cowboys: Cotter, Walmsley, Cambolo, Lord, Hustler, Chapman, Wells, DePace, and Segrini.
It's a lot of good losses.
Yeah, and not exactly too many good gains. Like, you got Morrison, Monkey, Sinclair.
Morrison and Kelly are definitely some strike addition on each wing.
I'd actually say that their gains at least replace their losses, but not all. Not all of them are upgrades. I still think they have the squad to be good, but I think losing Lord is a big out.
They took a hit in the forward department for sure.
I mean, Lord's irreplaceable.
Yeah, they did gain Monkey, Sinclair, forward, and Saltner for their forward pack.
Monkey's a big pickup.
Monkey definitely. Sinclair and forward. See, forward was good when he was playing. but it's been a while.
I actually didn't even realize that he was back. So when you said his name, I was like, oh.
That's it. And then they got Jamison for hooker.
Jameson Shuffle.
That's it. You got the
He played
premiership
pretty
winning.
well for Parramatta, so
Yeah, he was very good for Farah.
He got a move named after him. Then he's got the premiership winning left edge in Kelly and I.
Yeah.
Lee
And
Simon and Kobe Kelly on the same side is going to be.
I personally don't think it's going to go like that. I think Lee's just going to be on the bench again.
Oh no, I'm just
Their
talking in the
personalities.
sheds.
Oh yeah, in the camp.
Yeah. I don't envy Chile.
There was at one stage where Matt knows I was potentially going for both of them,
Yeah.
and Matt was like, "Don't do it, brother."
I think I ended up saying if you're going to pick one, you might as well pick Kelly because at least Kelly's good on the field.
and then not long after you said, "But watch Lee come out and prove me wrong and smash it in the next game," and he got 3 tries.
I think I said if Lee scores a hat trick in the combine, Kane has to sign him. Kane didn't agree to the deal, and luckily for him, he didn't. But anyways, the
Which is
17.
weird because I remember that because
I just didn't say deal though. I was not saying deal.
I knew the answer to that when we were doing the podcast.
Well, I'm glad you didn't try to convince me.
Anyway, so the 17 I've gone Kobe Kelly at fullback. I'm kidding, it's Dingo. Kelly Morrison on the wings, Iron and Deuce in the centres, Jack Carl and Jordan Marshall in the halves, Sinclair forward as the starting props, Jamison at hooker, Callum Murray, Eddie Devon in the back row, Justin Monkey at lock, Saltner, Scott, Caleb J and Lee Simon on the bench.
You know,
Not gonna lie, I like their side.
That does beg the question. You know, something interesting. I'm pretty sure Moz has the option of playing second row. But you know, with a backline that decent, you've got to wonder why.
You could play Morrison at second row over Devon and put Caleb J on the wing.
You've got to wonder why Gilly took on the headache of, Lee and Kobe.
Sorry, just looking. Morrison can get second row, but he currently doesn't. He has fullback as his third.
Oh, okay. He must have, because when he was captain of Penrith, he did buy the second row upgrade.
So he's paid to get rid of it, which is crazy.
So that's really interesting. Sorry, I hadn't realised that. I thought he was still.
Me too. I thought the same case.
But yeah, like with the backline that stacked, why would you buy yourself the sort of cultural headache or shared headache of both Lee and Kobe there?
Maybe his thought process is if one of them gets themselves banned, he still has an extra back to throw in there and doesn't have to worry.
Doesn't have to rely on the mines. Yeah, that's a fair point.
But Kobe, as cocky as he can be, he's probably been better in the recent days. Like I expected him to go off after that grand final, but he was relatively good. And Lee.
What do you reckon the odds are that Will had a word with him?
Oh no,
Because
100%. Because
he absolutely started up. A couple of the boys told him to have some class, and then he quieted down a bit.
Unlike Will K after season bloody 3.
What did Will do after season 3?
Oh, the ego and cockiness he had after season 3 when we won the grand final. Holy fuck, bro.
It was up there.
Like, I had to message Will and just say, hey, bro, like, please, just, like, be humble in victory. And I think I got along the lines of, yeah, nah, fuck that. I won.
Yeah, because I remember having a chat to you, Matt, saying everyone already thinks Manly's just a cocky team because we win. This isn't a good look.
Like legit, it's like there's me and Kane at the time trying to be humble, and you got like Will K and stuff just being like, "What motherfuckers?"
And then everyone else is was always like, "Nah, Kane and Matt are the cockiest motherfuckers." And behind the doors, we're like, "Guys, calm down, calm down. Don't don't put your ego out there."
But nowadays, it's well beyond that point. We're like, "Fuck it, let's just be egotistical as well." But we do it in
Well,
the
they
right
think
way.
it, so we may as well do it. But
Yeah,
we do it out of banter.
we do it. We legit do it as banter. But yeah,
Yeah, but continue on the Cowboys.
I love how we managed to fucking go to the bloody Manly
Yep. Just
every
I
time,
moved
man.
it back.
Every fucking time. But yeah, I've given them a C minus. Um, they would have probably got a C plus if it wasn't Lord going.
Could they have fit Lord in under the cap?
If they didn't sign Monkey, yes. And Monkey's his direct replacement.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lord wanted to leave, didn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
We'll talk about where he went to soon. Now, we got them probably one of the most interesting ones. Got the Raiders. Their gains, Rossini, Blaine, Demando, Justice Daily. And not announced, but I don't care, I'm going to say it. Luke's alt, Driscoll's alt, aka his daughter. Lucy Driscoll is getting a pickup. Good on her. I felt like she
Yeah, I
played
was
pretty
shocked.
decently in the Mines game for the Bears.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But yeah, their losses: Slugger, Willis, Mobbs, Morrison, and he who shall not be named. I think they name an Origin medal after him, which
Well, that needs to be
yeah, I was
replaced
gonna
now.
say it really needs to be changed. I would personally just call it the Wally Allen medal. Although, what did you say it was going to be, Kane? What did you want it to be?
I think I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to say it on the podcast. Off,
It's not just to make clear, everyone. It wasn't rude or racial.
I'm gonna tell him what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, off air, he said the State of Origin medal should be named after me because I brought Blues the success. And I disagreed, and I said, well, bloody Wally Allen won the medal, and it's very similar to the Wally Lewis medal too, so it's fitting. So here's me going against me, all right, and Kane going in my favour. You never see that before. But yeah,
I'm surprised I don't call it something like the Tire K medal or something.
the K tire.
Yeah. Or they could go the Martin, if they wanted to acknowledge Lachlan Martin, maybe.
Because you got
Queensland won the first Origin though, so you think they'd go after a Queenslander's name?
They won the first
free.
3 Origins,
go.
didn't they?
2.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
never
there's been 3
got a clean
Origins.
sweep.
Doesn't matter. They still
I
got
know,
the first 2 Origin wins.
I know. If they go, I reckon Martin, just because Martin was a commissioner,
That's pretty fair.
and it fits in the theme of like the LB Strange awards. You got the LB Strange, and then you got Lucky Martin, because that was the idea behind the other one being named, is he was a commissioner.
Yeah.
Who was the other one?
We're not talking about it. I'll tell you off air. It's the same as Viking. We don't talk about him.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we should actually talk about the Raiders. I'm trying to make a team list for them. I struggled because they have 4 fucking hookers. I think I said this about the Bulldogs at the start of the season. They had 4 hookers, but one went inactive, so that kind of saved their asses in that sense. But here, I could potentially change it around now because of Lucy. Lucy actually really helps that side. Like getting another second row really saves their asses. Um, but I've gone Barnes fullback, Demando and Flynn on the wings. By the way, Demando and Flynn are the only two players in their side that can play wing. So they kind of fell short on that mark. Garcia and Blaine in the centres, Rossini, Thompson in the halves, Lewis and James Black as the starting props with Berkeley at hooker, Allen and Kowal in the back row with Tim James at lock. Then you got Daly, Preston Beats, Driscoll and Corte on the bench. You can probably work that around, put Tim at 9, Rahul at 13, put Lucy at 12. But
Yeah,
I wrote this
or
up before I knew Lucy had signed with them, so I didn't know who
yeah,
they were going to
or
sign.
that'll she just might be 18-minute prop or something. I don't know.
I mean, she's not starting with 32 speed, is she?
No, she
Oh,
doesn't
then
get
she's
the.
fine. She'll probably just get
She
that.
doesn't get the. She doesn't get the Luke Driscoll nerf.
Yeah. Which ends up, it was a nerf to begin with, but ended up being a massive buff for her.
Yeah, now.
Works in the long run.
Mm.
That's it. But yeah, I don't exactly like their chances next season.
I mean, on the face of it, it's definitely an interesting recruitment decision, or set of recruitment decisions. I wouldn't
Fernando's
write
actually picked
off.
up though.
I wouldn't write off Jordan. I know him in and out of the SRL. I know that he's got a lot on his plate. But yeah, he's pretty switched on. He's a pretty smart bloke. I wouldn't just definitely some curious decisions, but I reckon there's a very decent chance Jordan has a decent idea of how he can make it work.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm not writing him off. I personally don't like the chances, but it's the SRL. Anything can happen. But yeah, just that decision for 4 hookers. 4 halves don't work. I don't think 4 hookers is going to work.
No, I think that's definitely going to be an issue.
But I guess the counterpoint you can do is, well, hookers can play prop. If they make that change, hookers are generally better locks than halves can be as well. So hookers are probably more versatile. You can get away with that, and you got Rossini who can be a half. He's already proven to be a decent half. Yeah, like I think they'll be around like that middle order, like between 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, around that area.
Yeah.
All right, we shall move on. Where's the next one? We've got the Wars. Did I tell? I didn't even tell you my rating. I gave him a C minus. My bad.
Fair.
My bad. Yep. Moving on. Fuck them. Nobody likes the Raiders anyway. So for the Wars, they've gained Aiden Lawrence, Levi Raymond, Joe Turner Jr., and Josh Saddlecar, along with a rookie as well, which has not been announced yet. And this one, unlike the Raiders, I don't know this one. Their losses: Sneeko Bro, Yegor Maikazi, Sione Mataus, Lachlan McKinnon, and I almost couldn't read my own handwriting again. I'm fucking awful. The last one's Hugh Snow. Personally, I think most of their changes they've upgraded in the players they lost. Like they got Lawrence. I think Lawrence is a better player than Sneeko. Raymond, I think, is better than Snow. Turner's probably about the same as my cousin, so that one's about even. Sadokart's better than McKinnon, and then they lose out on Matters. But yeah, in general, I think they've recruited well for what they needed. That's this is like
Yeah,
third.
I
This
agree
is the
with you.
third time that's happened, guys. Like
No,
I stop
see,
and
I
just
don't.
nobody talks.
No, because I expect Luke to usually talk or Hurton, and it just usually one of them just jump in. So I sit back and wait for them to finish talking. But yeah, I agree with you. I think they've um, got positives, a lot more positives than negatives with their team. I think they've recruited very well for this season coming. And I like their signings.
Sweet, sweet. Any thoughts, Luke and Blair? Want to share with the group?
If I say anything, will the cult go after me?
Well, half the Colts over in Queensland now. You're all right. There's like three of them.
Jesus
Three of them went
Christ.
there, but like you know.
Did you realize that means they're closer to us, right?
Yeah, but it's now a split front, so they're weaker on both ends now.
No.
Look, I think they've definitely lost some names, but they've picked up a few as well. It's interesting because for a long time the Warriors' strategy has been to, sort of slow and steady develop players and bring things to a bit of a boil. With some of the talent that's left, that's probably reasonable to ask, how sustainable is that? At what point do they need to sort of make that move? But yeah, I think they're going to have a tough time.
So I think the only reason they even had to trade players out is just because they gave Bro the captaincy, so he was always going to bring a few with him. And obviously, with those going, you have to bring people in.
You would think they'd start bringing people in earlier, because how many seasons have they been doing this for now? 4, 5?
Their
They
entire,
just
their entire,
re-sign and
their
yeah,
entire
they just
history,
re-sign
yeah.
and keep their group together, but they don't do any better. So they're gonna have to change their tactic up because it's just not working.
Well, I
It's
know.
like they're trying to do the NRL Panthers route and build their own little team
You
up
actually have to
through
be
lower
good
people,
first.
and it's just not working for them. So they need a big change over there. And they've made some good signings and lost some players, but they need more than that. It seems.
I mean, one of their signings is bringing one of the cult members back. Like, Turner
Yeah.
Jr. was at the Warriors before Matthews. Like, legit, Panthers made a trade with the
It was
Warriors.
basically a swap.
They swapped him and then swapped him back. Because that trade was Matthews for Turner.
Yeah.
Anyways, for the lineup I've gone for him, I've done Bunty at fullback, no surprise. Square and Gronk on the wings. White and Saddlecard in the centres. McCartney and Raymond in the halves. Ango and Strange in the props. Jaden White at hooker. Barner and Ta'ala. I wrote 2 T's there for some reason. Corcoran at 13. Lawrence, Turner Jr., Trunk, Ixatoki, and a rookie on their bench. So,
Yep.
I feel like I still think they've traded up. I'd go like a C plus.
I reckon they've traded up too.
Yeah.
I would have said probably B minus, but yeah.
I've gone C
Well,
plus
I'd
because
accept
we don't
C+.
even know the Mines player they're getting,
Yeah, understandable.
and they probably, let's be real, they're going to lose a bit of the culture because Sneako's probably the most vocal in that group.
Probably good they're losing some of that culture though.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
They're losing so much family. Their brothers, their cousins, their
Shut up.
their ooses.
All the ooses. The
They're,
Usos. Yeah.
they're McKinnon.
Next.
Don't worry. I'll stop this. There will be no more of it. All right, I'm done.
Didn't Saddlecart sign with him?
Yeah, Sadaka did. Yeah.
Yeah. How come you didn't work him into it?
Actual
Never
Saddle Card's
mind.
a good pickup. Saddle Card is
I
a good
like-
pickup.
Starter
I
card
like
is a good pickup, yeah.
He's a really good pickup for the Wise.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of one for saddle card. I got nothing.
All good. Move on to the next one.
Anyways, we should quit joshing around and go to the grubs. Boom! Got it, motherfucker! Anyways, for the grubs, this is... Can you just take over for this one? Because I don't want to talk
Nope.
fucking good of them.
Go. The grubs have been waiting a long time for this, Matthew. Go for it.
So
Screw it.
I
They've
just
got
got
Ben-
to
they've
ready
got
the
Ben
acid
O'Donnell.
bar for this shit. They got O'Donnell, bloody... What is my writing? Cotter. Fucking hell. Joey Kelly and a rookie in Digby Johnson. Their losses: Tabasco, Wakabayashi, Shack Attack, and Saddle Card. I think it's just besides Tabasco and Johnson, everything else is just a direct upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
couldn't
not
agree
even
more.
it's not even a close upgrade. It's a big upgrade.
Like, yeah, they're going to be a good team next season.
Their team on paper that you've read to me already.
The
Sounds very
list
good.
I wrote, I don't even want to read it out just in case they weren't even thinking of this and they're thinking, oh fuck, this is actually really good. You know, like when I did that like almost unbeatable fucking Queensland side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go
Yeah.
on. Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not give the grubs
No,
a fucking.
do it. We've
Thanks,
done it for every team.
Blair. That's all I needed.
No, this is. Let's just give them the F rating and move on.
Well, I remember what the team list is, so if Matt doesn't let me talk about it, I'll just post it to him.
Kelly, Clay, Andrews, Dixon, O'Donnell, Callahan, Wimmelskade, Bennett, Galaxy, Leondis, Riff, Collins, O'Hare, Dematoni, Cotter, Johnson, Anderson.
You could have at least read it out like you did all the others.
Nah. That's all you're
That's a
fucking
good team.
getting. You're lucky you got it.
It's a good team.
It's a great team.
They should make the 8 comfortably.
They made the 8 with a shitter side, so I'm assuming no.
I reckon they'd go for 4.
Just as long as they finish below us, I don't give a fuck what they do.
And
But
what was the rating you
I
went with, Matt?
prefer them to get the Spurs.
F, of course, they're Souths.
No, Matt actually rated them good. I think they're the highest rated he's rated the
They
team.
actually got the highest rating out of any of the sides. They got a B+.
Jeez, what's it take to get an A then?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking when he told me.
You know what you're going to do? You got to sign every platinum, and then he'll be like, okay,
No.
that's an A.
You will get an A if every single fucking thing you signed is an upgrade on the person you left.
Is
But
that even physically possible?
I don't think
No,
so.
it's not. Not with
Just
the salary.
given
cap
the
now.
way the cap
We-
works.
see, the thing is, we were close.
Oh, get off it.
Hey, no, don't fucking at me because I still gave him a lower rating than fucking this one. The reason why we didn't get one is because we didn't directly replace one of our swaps, like our losses. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. You'll Storm first, though. Gains, they've gotten Remy, Murphy, McKinnon, Mania, I'm not saying his last name.
See a Manafago.
That's it. And they replaced a Kelly for a Kelly. Losses, Jeff, Monkey, Kelly, Iron, and Connell. I personally think they signed well, as in they replaced the positions they were losing. But they're still pretty much downgrades in the most part.
Oh no, Remy's a good pickup.
Remy's a good pickup, but the player he's replacing is Monkey.
Yeah, valid. Yeah, they're gonna miss Monkey.
And
I'm saying that like Kalen Kelly played really well for Parramatta.
Kelly's a good pickup, but the
season
player
too.
he's replacing is Jeff. I would say that's more of an even playfield. It's downgrade in terms of overall, but Kelly was
Actually,
playing better than Jeff anyway.
Kelly. I rate him.
Kalen Kelly, yeah.
Yeah.
Then McKinnon in for Iron. Iron was actually playing pretty good, so. But McKinnon was too, so. And then Murphy, he got second row of the season.
Second row of the year. Yeah.
I'm surprised he got that. I personally think another
You said we weren't getting into it.
Marla
At
got
the
robbed.
start.
Just let it go, Matt. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let it go. Yeah.
At least Homeboy Driscoll got an award, okay? Just move on.
He got it
He's
because I
actually finally got
guarantee you
rewarded.
they gave the award to 11 and 12, not just second rowers.
So they should.
They should, 100% they should. So yeah, well done Driscoll, well done.
Yep. I'm a good tackle bot.
That's it. In terms of the lineup, I've gone with them. They don't have many options for the wing now. I've gone Bell at fullback, Jack Jimmy and Maverick Oldfield on the wings, McKinnon and Mania in the centres, normal halves pairing in Harris and TBK, Remy and Kelly as the starting props with Fawn at hooker, Guys and Murphy in the back row, Will K at 13, Murray, Philly, Nilsson and Wilmot are on their bench.
Now I'm just gonna butt in on the SRL friggin' medals. I don't understand how TBK got underrated.
Just yep. Whatever.
All
I rate
the,
him so
you
highly.
know what it is, right? We all rated him fairly, right? Like he's a good player, but he hasn't really done fuck all yet. But he's got
He's
the
won a
size.
premiership.
Now he has. So well fucking done. But we all basically said, hey, don't call him a gun when he hasn't proven himself yet.
I'd still call him
And
a
then
gun.
all the Storm players, or at least the active ones, the vocal ones, were like, oh, he's the best. Oh, let's you know. So if anything, he was overrated by his own team and fairly rated by everybody else. That doesn't make him underrated.
I can't. I rate him that highly. I tried to sign him for 2 seasons in a row now.
You know who I would have called a more underrated player than bloody him? Bloody Beckman. Because not once have I seen someone talk, besides us.
I was gonna say I talk Beckman up.
Yeah, obviously you do. You're his captain, but I've seen the work he does. Besides him getting injured, which happened when he was supposed to be subbed off both times.
Yeah.
We'll be quickly to, mitigate or fix up a bloody change if it doesn't happen for the Storm. But if it happens to Manly, I forgot.
Oh
about
no!
it.
I didn't think you'd say that. Oh, here we go. Just so you know, Will,
That
everything Matt says falls on Matt, none of us.
motherfucker, you're the one that said exactly that to me.
Where's your proof?
I've never been known to lie.
Yes, you have.
Been known to
Continue
fuck around,
on.
and I've
Go
been
on.
known to find out, but I generally don't lie.
Continue on with the Storm.
Anyways, all in all, I still think they have a good side. Very well a good chance to bloody back up from the premiership. I really fucking hope not. I still think they've downgraded, so I've given them a C-.
But all in all, still a solid bloody side they've got there.
I mean, they're premiers for a reason.
Yep.
I'll also give a
They've
quick
still got their
congratulations
They've still
to...
got their call.
Yeah, I'll give a quick congratulations to Bell and Will K. First players on the free premiership bloody thing that didn't win them all at Manly. So, well done. You've tied like 4 or 5 other players. All Manly boys.
Cool.
Do you have anything to say about the lineup or the
I like their lineup. I think it's very good, and they're going to be a powerhouse for next season, the same as they were this season, I reckon.
Yep.
We like to be positive
I'll
here
certainly
on
be
the
amongst
fucking
it.
podcast, and here's you fucking talking negative like that. Get fucked.
Well, I'm going to call a spade, as Matthew Harris would say.
Yeah.
They've got a good side, and they're going to continue to be good. It's just up to everyone else to adapt to beat them.
Anyway, speaking of shit guns, let's move on to the Titans.
I was so sure you were going to say Manly after I was complimenting them.
Oh,
Really good
Uh,
segue for Titans.
hell of a segue.
talk about a second row dominant team.
Yeah. So games, they got Corey Goats, John Tabasco, Ilias, Fisher, Stota, and Fahy. Losses: O'Donnell, Demando, Saltner, Downey, Mania, and Oliver. Um,
Yep.
Second row heavy team, as Kane said, you got 5 of the fuckers.
Is it 5 or 6?
5.
It's
I think
6,
it's I think it's 6 for Sharks, 5 for you.
No, it's 6 for us.
You're,
Martin, Driscoll, McKay, Rogers,
I
Stoder,
I thought
Tabasco.
Rogers was a prop primary.
No, he's a second row
Never
primary.
mind.
Mm,
All right,
we
that's
got
6 for you.
6.
Yeah, fucking Jesus.
Told you. That's why do you think I was joking about it in the chat? That we're hoarding all the
Well, you use it even with
second
the
rowers.
Sharks. It's funny how many second row primaries there are. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like the fact 2 teams have 6, another team has 5 of them, which we didn't even discuss that Melbourne has 5 as well. That's what
Manly
bloody
has 1.
17 second rowers between 3 clubs.
Yeah, Manly's got
Breaking
1.
T, fucking move it, fucking up.
Yep.
Move it.
So, what's your 1 to 17? I'll tell you if you're even remotely correct.
I've gone Liam Ryan at 1.
Wrong.
Shut the fuck up, lad. You're benched. You know, it's not it's not a coincidence that our best game of the season just about was when you came off the bench.
Ooh. Second best.
Rough.
It was
Right,
second
Liam
best.
Ryan at 1.
Liam
Yep.
Ryan at 1. I've got Fisher and Goats on the wings.
Yep.
Murray and Daly in the centres.
Yep.
McLucky, Borsons.
Yep.
Rogers and Davis as the starting props.
Nope.
I'm
Just
assuming
keep going, keep
I'm
going.
assuming Rogers is in the
Just
second
keep
row.
going.
Mark
No,
Lee at
just keep
hooker.
going. Yep.
McKay Driscoll in the back row, but I'm assuming Rogers is at 11 now.
Nope. Keep going.
Damn it. Martin at 13.
Yep.
Ilias, Stoder, Tabasco, Fahy.
Nope.
You said Tabasco starting.
So it's Ryan, Fisher, Daly, Murray, Goats, McLucky, Borsons, Davis, Lee, McKay, Tabasco, Rogers, Martin, Driscoll, Ilias, Stoder, Fahy. I'm playing 18-minute prop.
Are you back to 18-minute prop?
Yeah.
Are they stupid?
Are they?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. No.
Oh,
I was gonna
fuck me,
fucking
man.
say.
I was like, what the fuck?
No. No, I'm at 12. McKay's just paid for his prop change, the positional change. So McKay will go to 10. Rogers will start at 15. And I'm not sure what he's testing. He's doing Sims now, fucking around with it. So that's just a tentative list. Tabasco at 11.
Fair enough, yeah. It's not too bad.
And then you'll just have Stoder at 16, and Stoder will just come on for Tabasco.
All right.
Well, there you go. I've given you a C plus. I do think you, with your losses, you got just about an even trade. Like with your wingers, I feel like it's an even trade.
Yeah, so because we obviously lost 2 silver wingers, but we've picked up Goats and then obviously Fisher. So Fisher being a goal.
O'Donnell was a pretty big loss, though.
Oh yeah, I know. We didn't want to. Like, we would have just kept the same team. We would have beaten the Wires, but obviously the cat fucked us. So.
It does that. Me and Mac can relate
Yeah.
that.
Yep. You wrought the cap one time, and every season after that, they're like, "Fuck ya."
It wasn't us that ordered it. Rabbits.
They didn't rort the cap. They just rorted the system to the point that we made a cap for it. And then the first time we had a cap, I took advantage of that and made a God Squad with You know,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
there hasn't been a team better than that team.
Uh,
Uh,
Alright,
no
continue
worries.
with the Titans. Yep.
Well, yeah. All in all, I think it's a positive. I still reckon you're going to be up there, top four again. I reckon. I've given you a C plus. I think I already said that.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, I like this side.
it's not bad. And you just didn't have any second rowers going to the Roosters and then backflipping 2 days later, so that's good.
Yeah. Well. Yep. That right.
Oh fuck.
What happened with that?
Oh, bloody Fafita just got like he was doubting the decision, and we're like, well, if you're gonna doubt it, then bye, and let him go back.
Literally what he did. He was like, well,
Yeah, he doubted the decision,
you
and
don't
then
get that.
withdrew the contract because it's still within that 10-day period or whatever.
Yeah. So all it was like pretty much just like, well, you don't get that much power. Like you're not bigger than the club you play for.
Exactly.
So, anyway,
thankfully, we have that
that's
ability.
kind of
Titans don't exactly have that ability. They need whoever the fuck wants to go there.
exactly.
All right, let's move on to more shit cunts. We got the Seagulls. Their gains. No, not enough. Their gains. They got Kyle
I'll be
Lewis.
back in a second, lads.
No worries. We'll continue without him. Kyle Lewis, Ash Crutcher, Coven Walmsley, George Robston, plus 2 rookies from the mines, I'm assuming. Spoiler alert, I know, I'm just not going to say who they
Shut up.
are.
Anyway,
their losses are Goodwin, Fahy, Romano, Keller, Russell to retirement, and Martin also to retirement.
Martin's not retiring.
Yeah, he's gone MIA. He's gone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he left the server for some reason. Anyway, Ash Crutcher try to get that achievement to play for every SRL team.
He
Manly.
started at Manly, so it's not adding to it.
Oh damn!
He started season 1 with me at Manly.
Hated hooker and effed off, and then the hooker we replaced him with was one of the best rookie hookers we've ever seen.
Byron Boone. Oh yeah, you were great.
Oh, that's a name.
Hey.
But yeah, in terms of
given that big break.
See, the only big loss is Goodwin. Everything else is rookies. Oh, I mean Russell as well. Everything else
Yeah,
is
but everyone
rookies.
knew Russell was retiring at the end of the season anyway.
Exactly.
We already knew that.
It's still a loss. But you've replaced Russell with an equally as good second rower in Walmsley. You replace your, let's be honest, your average halfback with one of the best halfbacks to play the game in Lewis. Goodwin you've replaced with Robson, which is the player we needed to offload because of cap. Robson isn't bad. I hope he gets a start with you guys, bro, because he's been good in the small moments he's had. And then Crutcher, kayfabe, I'm going to say I don't know what you're going to do with him. Is he just going to be a bench bloody center or a bench half? I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Just Manly are cooking is what they're doing, and they're going to go all right. For their team list, which I know is wrong, compared to the one he's been using against me.
I've got multiple, but
this funnily enough is one of the ones he was going to go with. I found out after I told him. KCK at fullback, Freeburn Goodwin on the wings, Pato, and a rookie in the centres, Cruz Bontoff, Carl Lewis in the halves, Robson, Pache at prop, Buckingham at 9, Walmsley and Creed in the back row, Beckman at 13, Punch, a rookie, Anderson, and Crutcher on the bench is what I've gone with. Yeah.
And the grade?
Grade, I've gone B minus.
I'll take that.
Mm.
I was expecting a C plus or a C, so I'll take that.
It's the fact you kind of got rid of a lot of rookies.
Well,
And
I was one of the teams that had the most rookies.
Yeah, so you got rid of a lot of rookies. I know you're bringing 2 in.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of a lot of rookies, and your side's more well-rounded and versatile now.
Yeah.
Last season, you kind of got stuck with the same 17 because it didn't work any other way, just because of players' positions and all that.
Yeah. That's why the midway season swap was really good for us.
Yeah, but you've upgraded. You've definitely
Yeah,
upgraded.
like I've told you, this season I really wanted to focus on versatility.
Yeah. So you actually have 7 silvers now.
I know.
And 2
It's a
golds and a
miracle.
plat.
Hey,
Well, the plat plays
we're
like
up
a
to
bronze.
we're up to SRL code.
That's it.
We're up to standard.
So yeah,
Manly to come ninth.
Fuck off.
nah, they're not the Tigers. The Tigers are going to come 9th in the mines when there's 4 teams. Or 6 teams. They're going to come 6th and just flip the number to make themselves feel better.
Well, yeah, all you have to do is split the Tigers into the Tigers and the Magpies, split St George into the Dragons and the Steelers, and then Tigers can come 6th.
There's already 6 teams.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot that at the Hunters and that other side.
Rams.
Rams.
I only know the Rams are in there because I've been checking all the teams.
Oh yeah,
and every
Kane,
player.
this will make you piss yourself laughing.
Oh, are we sure about that?
According to Jilly, Wollongong is part of Sydney.
Is he fucking delusional? Jilly, you're a fucking moron.
Oh, fucking hell. It's so close.
Yeah, no.
It's so close to being, but no, Wollongong's its own thing.
It's
We're
like
an hour,
when
like,
they
if
play
you
an hour
go-
and 40 minutes away.
No,
It's
no,
we're our
because
own
if you
fucking-
go a few suburbs away, it's still considered Sydney. Like Picton is still considered Sydney.
I don't consider Picton
I
Sydney.
don't fucking consider it Sydney either, but it is still a suburb
The
of Sydney.
closest I would go is Heathcote.
The furthest I would
No,
go,
Waterfall's
considering
part of Sydney too.
Well, okay, I'll go to Helensburgh then.
Nah, Helensburgh's Wollongong.
I don't consider Helensburgh.
Okay, can we stop talking about random
Okay,
fucking
wait, this is-
geographical
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
Geography.
fucking
regardless,
hell?
regardless, yeah, I'm quite happy with my signings. A lot of it's gone through. I only had one backflip, and it worked out really well in my favour to re-sign Pato. So I can't
Just
complain.
to-
What do you think about it, Driscoll?
Just to be clear, that was Joey June
Yeah,
backflipping
no, it's
on
good.
you. But then he's got to re-sign Pato, who backflipped on one club, got bounced off another club, back to you.
You've already mentioned this earlier.
I know.
Yeah, we're just.
All right. Yeah. What did you
Good,
say,
no,
Luke?
it was good. No, it's fine. Absolutely fine. No, Manly will be all right next year. I think there's worse teams in the comp.
Like the Grubbers.
No, it's really tough because I think a lot of the signings what we're seeing out does look like a very fair playing field.
I mean, that's how
in terms of players.
that's how this bloody salary cap works. Is it makes it even. The only thing that
Yeah,
makes it like not even is bloody people retiring all of a sudden and shit like that.
yeah.
All going in, all like high-rated people going inactive through the season, or
Yeah, that's what screws it up.
The only thing that could kind of change it is if, let's just say, one club got the highest rated platinum, the 2 highest rated golds, the 7 highest rated silvers. That's the only way there's going to be a bit of disparity in that. But even then, it's not that much of a disparity.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty minimal.
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the lower end of platinums and I'm still at 79.
I'm lower than you, so I'm on the definite lower end.
Yeah,
Of platinum.
you're a chance of going to a gold. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Shut
What?
up. No. No. I'll stay platinum.
I hope not.
I do.
Anyways,
Anyway.
speaking of the Roosters and signings, so our gains: Brad Gilbin, Charlie Butler, Jimmy Ralph, and a rookie.
Jimmy Ralph.
Between
Charlie
everyone, I've basically got that rookie signed already. We're just smart enough to wait, unlike some clubs. You know,
It's just not what that's
you
what-
you
that's
sign
what
you
other
sign
clubs
you
do.
sign them now, and they don't get their upgrades because they're not part of the mines no more. But if you wait, you get a few upgrades in.
No, I already brought this up with Jilly. They're allowed to upgrade still.
Someone could have fucking
They
told
are.
me that, because I
Someone
spoke.
could have fucking told me.
I spoke to fucking Jilly, and he said, "Oh no, they'll have the one from this week, but then they won't." That's
Must
what
have
he told
backflipped.
me. So he must have backflipped on that and didn't tell me.
Or that, or because a lot of the rookies they've already been signed, like the ones from the mines now.
Yeah, I know, but they
And I'm
got
guessing the
their
ones they
upgrade from
announced.
this week. But I'm assuming they're not going to get to do it next week because they're going to not be part of those sheds. They're going to be in whatever club they're at.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Either way, our losses. We lost Manu, Lewis, Rossini, and Robson. Personally, I think Ralph's a direct upgrade to Rossini. Form, Butler's an upgrade to Lewis, but it is still a gold to a bronze. Goodwin is a direct upgrade to Robson. However, Manu's a direct, the rookie's a direct loss to Manu.
Yeah.
We've replaced the other three that we lost, but didn't exactly replace Manu. We have decided to replace it from within, which is no shocker. I think we're going to go good still.
I
Still
like his signings.
Still ironing out the little fine print to get the side running like a well-oiled machine, but
So you can win a sim.
I won the last sim. Fuck you.
What about the other five?
That's not even like a Roosters problem. That's just a me problem. Every sim I run, I get unbelievably unlucky. It's just my luck. Except for that one
But no,
sim. Except for the one sim where fucking we had a sim bin player and still had 13 on the field.
Yeah, that screwed me. Yeah, but I like your signings. I think you have done real good for the off-season with your pickups.
Thank you.
Like, Manu and Carl Lewis are your only real losses, but Lewis is 50-50 due to form with Butler.
Yeah. I gave a C plus. It could have been higher if it wasn't for like the Manu loss and bringing in a rookie.
Yeah, Manu is a massive loss.
Like if I brought in like a really good like bronze winger,
Kelly.
let's just say we brought in Kobe Kelly, and lost Manu, but then we put bloody whoever out the back. I'm saying whoever like I'm not about to read a fucking 1 to 17. Bloody. It probably would have been that B minus or the B. But the fact is we didn't directly replace Manu, so we can't rate ourselves high in terms of signing. However, the 3 good players we did sign are really good.
What's the lineup you're going with?
The one I've written here, which is probably not going to be the one, but you know,
It's definitely not going to be the one.
Weston fullback, Edwards and Dolan on the wing, Jensen Mellard in the centres, Curtin Butler in the halves, Goodwin Punch as the props, Ralph at hooker, Kerrigan Og in the back row, myself at lock, Buckley, Tierney, Aoife, and a rookie on the bench.
Yeah.
It's a side that very well can be my side, but it's whether or not
Yeah, but I roughly already know what you're pretty much going with, so...
I'm not... No, you don't, because I don't. If I don't, you don't.
No, pretty much. Like, I know certain players in that list that are definitely moving.
Oh, yeah. But just to test out to see what's going on. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? Well, no, Blair, you would have something to say. You're part of these signings and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think we've really made some moves in the right direction. You know, not everyone was entirely happy.
Oh, die quietly.
Please.
Yeah, not everyone in the team had been entirely happy at the end of the season. You know, that's just unfortunate. But I think we're probably in a bit of a position now where there will be that return to, not quite sure what the best word there is, but certainly a return to a full side that is kind of happier with where they're playing.
I said I'm going to bring bird success to the best birds. the Roosters.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
no, I think that, we have probably recruited more strongly than we've lost. Um, and I think we've done that pretty well within the cap. I think we can really contend. Although I've got to say, the secret plan you sent me to run yourself on the wing was definitely a bit of an out there strategy, man.
You got that wrong. I was going to play centre. Yeah,
Makes much more sense now.
Yeah, that's just because I ran 50 sims at centre and scored a double in every single game.
Makes a lot of sense. And moving Cody to a lock. Smart move.
Bloody masterclass, right?
I know.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, no, it's good. Works for me. Roosters probably be feature around 5th, 4th, somewhere around there.
The fact you started with 5th, I really want to tell you to go fuck yourself.
You're still in the 8. What are you complaining about?
Well, it's a downgrade from what we did this season.
Oh, we don't.
I think the Cowboys will struggle to make the 8 again. I don't know why.
We're not
There's
the
probably no
Cowboys.
reason.
So, Luke, off the top of your head, what's your prediction for like each team from first to last?
Okay,
I was gonna do that in the next podcast.
we'll do that in the next one.
Yeah,
we'll do that next
we're gonna
week.
do our season 8 predictions in the next one.
All right.
Yeah, it's like we are in OT. So should we move on to the last one? I think the one people are probably waiting on, the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
So player losses, none. So here I've just written in their biggest signing, and I've got what I think their team list might be. Biggest signing, no shocker, Chris Lord. Obviously. We've got Almatangi at fullback, Cox and Kembolo on the wings, Chapman and Seymour in the centres, Snow and Olay in the halves, DePace and Bro in the starting props with Kieran Wells at hooker. You can kind of probably switch Wells and Olay if you wanted to. Try that out. In the back row, we got Yegor and Segarini. And obviously Lord at lock. You can't have him anywhere else. On the bench, we've got Shack Attack, Mav Keller, Hustler, and Connell. I think it's Declan Connell. I think Sneeko watched that Manly Warriors game, seen what Mav did to them off the bench at prop, and he wants to bloody replicate that. I was going to say rectify. Replicate's the word.
That came off at lock. For lock.
No, but he started like he was 14 or 15. He had that prop role and then played lock. But the damage he did was that prop.
Didn't he?
I mean, he did damage both, but I think he got his try assist from prop and his try from lock.
Maybe.
You know what Snicko might do? He might do the U trick with Chris Lord and shuffle it around so Lord gets 75 minutes and he gives himself a starting 20 at prop and then shifts himself to that 25-minute lock roll at halftime.
Well, the way I did the list is how you do it.
Yeah.
Like you sub Hustler on for DePace, swap Sneeko and Lord, put Connell on at, I don't know, bench centre for Seymour or Chapman, and then you get Lord playing 75. And that's just scary, thinking that he's going to play 75 minutes, because he's a really good player in every season but season 6. Sorry, season 7. 7. Fuck. He won the LB Strange medal in season 6. My bad. But yeah, in terms of the 1 to 17, I said this off air and I'll say it on air. It's a mixed bag. You have some really good signings like Lord and Wells and bloody even Snow. I really like Snow. And DePace. But then you got some not so great picks.
Bang on average players.
Yeah, it's like they haven't really proven themselves yet, and shit, I hope they do. I want everyone to play well except for the grubs. But What they're really lacking is a good captain. He's pretty shit. Um, yeah, really, honestly, it's just the captain that's shit there, eh? Everyone else is bang on average, and then the captain's shit, and then they've got a couple of stellar players too.
I know for a fact that Wells is a Dolphins fan IRL, so I really do think that Snicko's actually picked quite well in terms of his vice.
Oh yeah, the vice captain's great. Wells is good on and off the field, so. But yeah, buddy. All in all, I think it's a positive team. Maybe go a C plus.
Yeah.
I was leaning.
not
I was leaning towards a C minus at
just-
first because there is a lot of average
C
players.
minus. Yeah.
See,
I'll just C minus, but yeah.
I
somewhere
actually.
in the C.
The funny thing is, I actually wrote C minus, but I felt bad.
Why don't you just go in the middle? Give him a C then.
All right, yeah, we'll go C. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't really judge them off who they've lost and who they've gained because they've gained everyone.
Yeah.
And they have gained some good players, so
Some good, some average.
I feel like
One,
C
two.
is like right in the middle, so it's a nice one.
That's it. But yeah, pretty much. That's all we really got time for. Except I'll quickly mention the LB Strange winners. We're not going to go into detail. I just want to say we agree with some of the choices. We disagree with some. That's just how life works. People can't agree with everything. But well done to Thomas Wallace in getting his Player of the Year. Shocker, it's a lock again. But yeah, well done to everyone involved. Fuck the grubs.